Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make this striped coin purse. To start off, you want to use the colour that you want to have on the sides and for the stripe in the middle. So if you're doing the same as me, I'm going to have this beige champagne-y colour on the sides and for the stripe, and then the white will separate that colour. To start off, we're going to make a slip knot, but make sure you leave about 20 to 30 centimetres. So make your slip knot, insert your hook, and then make a chain of 53. After you have made your chains, we are going to do a slip stitch into the second chain from hook, but we are going to do it into the back bump. So we've got our V's here, you want to turn over, and we're going into these bumps. So we'll be going skip the first bump, go into the second, and then do a slip stitch. And then you can place a stitch marker into that first stitch that we've just done, and then we're going to continue doing a slip stitch into each stitch all the way down, going into the bump. Once you reach the final stitch, we are going to change colour. If you are only using one colour, then you can skip this step. We are going to insert our hook into the last back bump. Instead of using this colour, we're going to drop that colour, pick up your second colour, so in my case it's white. You want to make a loop and put it onto your hook, and then pull through both loops on your hook, and then pull tight. We will now be using this yarn. Chain one, turn our work. We are now going to do a slip stitch into the back loop only. So we've got the front loop, this is the back loop, slip stitch into the back loop, and then mark the stitch that we've just done. And then we're going to continue slip stitching into the back loop only. After you've done that row, we're going to chain one, turn our work, and repeat the exact same thing, slip stitching into the back loop only, all the way to the end, and continue placing a stitch marker into the first stitch of each row. We are going to repeat that until we have 10 rows. After you have completed 10 rows of white, it should look something like this. At the moment where you end on the wrong side, there's a white line going across here. If we turn our work so that the tail of our yarn is on the bottom left, this is the right side of our work. If you're struggling to count your rows, you can just see these V's. So when you see the two V's together, that'll be 2 rows. So there's 5 V's in total, which means there's 10 rows. We are going to change colour back to what we started with. Cut the yarn that you're working with at the start and leave a long tail so we can sew it in. Again, to change colour, you insert your hook into the last stitch. Instead of pulling up a loop with the white, we are going to pull up a loop with the first colour. Chain one, turn your work, and then slip stitch into the back loop only, all the way down, and we'll do that until we've got 6 rows. After 6 rows, we are going to change back to white. So again, on your final stitch, we are going to attach the white, chain one, turn, and then we are going to do 10 rows of white. After finishing the 10 rows of white, we are going to go back to our second colour, And now we are going to chain 1, turn our work, and then we're going to do 2 rows of this colour. Once you've finished your 2 rows, we are going to fasten off and leave a long tail so we can sew. All of the ends that you've cut should be all on one side. We are now going to sew all of the ends in, and you want to make sure you're sewing them in on the side where we can see the line. So you can see there is the line going across here. This is going to be the inside. So you want to make sure you sew everything on this side, and this will be the side that's facing out. Make sure you leave the ends of each side out because we're going to use those to sew later on. Now we'll be doing the sides. So we're going to start off with the same colour that you've used on the sides. So we're going to make a slip knot and then we're going to chain 15. We are then going to turn our work and slip stitch into the second bump from hook. So 1, 2, and then slip stitch, just like how we were doing for all the other parts. And then we're going to slip stitch in each bump all the way to the end. After you have slip stitched in the back bump of the chain, we are going to chain 1, turn our work, and slip stitch into the back loop only, and we're going to repeat that until we have 4 rows. To attach the sides, we want to make sure all of the V's are going to be facing downwards. So at the moment they're up, you want to turn it upside down so that the V's are facing down. Make sure the side piece also has the V's facing the same way. To attach the side piece, we are going to use our darning needle and insert it into the part where there's a white line, and we're going to pick up those stitches and then also pick up the back loop of the side piece, and we're going to sew all the way up. When you reach the end of the side, we're going to continue doing the exact same thing. Fold the bag around the side and then keep sewing it together. Repeat on the other side, and then once you're done it should look something like this. When adding the magnets, you want to make sure this piece is on the bottom and then this will be on the top. You want to fold the flap over and you want to place it as close to the bottom as possible, and then match up where you've put that magnet. My magnet will go around here in the center of the stripe, and then you want to sew it with your needle and thread. We are going to go in You want to come out as close as possible to the edge. Go back into the middle and repeat that 3 or 4 times on each corner. Once you've finished, it should look something like this. Ideally, you'd want to get a thread as close as possible to the colour that's in the centre, just so that you won't be able to see it, but I only had white. That is everything complete.